Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, President William Samoei Ruto today addressed himself on the issue of tribalism in this country. And his statement is based on the arrangement in terms of appointment in the government. What Ruto believes is that there are people who are not happy in the manner in which he is bringing an inclusive government, where they are talking about broad-based government, and therefore is warning and also condemning them about this. And this is his statement, that tribalism is not going to be part of our DNA. I know there are leaders who are unhappy that we have an expanded government. Of course, if you look into this statement, there is an individual that William Ruto has targeted in this statement. But beside targeting an individual also, there are also other questions that Kenyans are raising. Because most of the time, there has been never any iota of truth in most of William Ruto's statement. But he's here preaching unity and discouraging tribalism. How true is President William Samoei Ruto's statement?
Let me also assure the people of this great country that we are going to work together. We have made a solemn commitment that tribalism is not going to be part of our DNA. We must get rid of it. I know there are leaders who are unhappy that we have an expanded government. We have a government that brings everybody on board. Let me just tell them, this country belongs to all of us. There is no special Kenya. There is no special place. There is no special group of people. We are all one people, the people of Kenya. And it is our duty to work together. Hakuna haja ya kukasirika ati kwa sababu unataka watu wengine wakue nje miaka yote. You know? Tufanye kazi kwa pamoja. Hii Kenya inatutosha. This country is big enough for all of us. We must not exclude others. It is not necessary. Let us include everybody. Working together, we can build the synergy, we can build the momentum to create that which is enough for every Kenyan, from every community, and from every region, and from every county.
Now, as we continue with the panel discussion, just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to our discussion. Now, first of all, let us start with the obvious things here. Definitely, anyone can easily guess that Ruto was directing his attack at Rigathi Gachagua. Gachagua is out of the government. We know the kind of statement that Gachagua was issuing matter to do with the shareholders in terms of those who voted for the president. So he largely spoke for Mount Kenya and demanded the share of Mount Kenya region. So we are seeing a direct attack to the former deputy president from William Samoei Ruto, his former boss. But now, as Ruto directs this message to Gachagua, what he's talking about is that he brought in Raila Odinga allies to the government in order to bring about the broad-based government. What ODM people will say that they have sent their experts to the government. I don't know if they are still experts, but that one I leave it to you. So Ruto believes that Gachagua is unhappy with that. He might be true, but even if he's right, how true is his statement? Before Ruto brought in the ODM side to the government, there was another time when Ruto was in the same shoes where Gachagua was before his impeachment. He was the deputy president. Was he happy when President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta went into a handshake with Raila Odinga and brought in some of Raila Odinga's allies to the government? Was William Ruto happy? In fact, that time, Ruto described the handshake government as a mongrel of government where you can't tell the head and the tail. That is a definition Ruto gave to President Uhuru Kenyatta's government. He even went to US. He talked about mongrel of government and elsewhere. So was he happy? The answer is no. So how can he pretend that Gachagua should just assume and be happy? I think Gachagua might be reading from the same book where Ruto was leading. So on that statement, I don't find any truth in the attempt to attack Rigathi Gachagua. What Gachagua did is almost same thing that William Ruto did when he was working under Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Sasa tuanzie pale. Now, how true is the issue of dealing with tribalism? Because Ruto is telling us that tribalism is not going to be part of our DNA. Before we believe William Ruto, he must tell us the people he has appointed to major parastatals in this country. Almost all parastatals in this country, they have leaders from one community. And which is this community? Our Kalenjin brothers and sisters are a majority. Community number 3 and tying together with the Luos becomes number 1 in employment in this country. Because if you have to go with the population, then the majority should be Kikuyus, then Luyas, then Kalenjin and Luos should follow. And after that, again as a party. But imagine you overtake even the first and second community in population and you become number 1. How? No, hiyo formula haieleweki. Haieleweki. Sasa wale wengi ambao wanatoza ushuru wanaongozwa na wale wachache kwa minajili ya siasa za tribalism. So in as much as attacking Gachagua, he should not make us blind to forget what he has done in this government. Gachagua did not have powers to appoint people, but he was lobbying for a community, but due to his position, it was making him look awkward, and indeed, he looked awkward, because the position that he had assumed needed someone who is going to carry the face of the country. Can Ruto list all PSs in government so that we see half of the PSs are coming from where? You might think that Kalenjin is a half of this country. I am not attacking any of our brothers and sisters from Rift Valley region, but we are just here to say the truth. They are leading. They are almost half. If you go and check in our previous videos, we were mentioning name by name, name by name. Ruto has shown us how to appoint a tribalistic administration. So, the biggest tribalist in this country is not Rigathi Gachagua, is the man who is implementing tribalism in silence. And Ruto is the one implementing Project Tribalism in silence. Gachagua is just making noise. He is not appointing authority. Before the issue of broad-based, if you look at the Kenya Kwanza government, you would think we only have 2 tribes, Kikuyu, Kalenjin. Tuseme tu kweli. Those who are the majority and still bado hawaongio. But then, you remember that we still have other communities. You would think community building ziko Kenya. Was in that tribalism? And who did the appointment? Was it Gachagua or William Samoei Ruto? Where does he get the energy, the courage to lecture people on tribalism? Ruto is yet to ditch tribalism. Instead, he is implementing Project Tribalism strategically in this country. Akiongea yeye anafunika na sisi tunaona. PSS wenye wako Kenya hii. Akitengeneza ministry, achukue mtu from a different tribe which is not a Kalenjin, aeke in a lucrative ministry. Enda pale utafuta PSS wenye wamewekwa pale. It will be from his tribe. So, the people who will have powers, you find a PS is more powerful than a CS. How? Simply because you come from his tribe and you represent his interest in that ministry. Sasa huyu anapata wapi uwezo wa kuongelesha watu kuhusu mambo ya tribalism? He's the leader of tribalism in this country. Hata bila anasema watu hawakutaka watu wengine wakuje kwa hii serikali. I mean, kama utakuja utoe mtu kama Eliud Owalo from a ministry, then you bring in another Luo. See, the replacement umefanya tu with the same community. Haujaongeza pale numbers. How? Unatoa Owalo, unaweka pale Opiyo Wandayi. Watuambia nini? That is the character of the president that we have. So let us tell him to stop tribalism, but not to mislead us with lies. He is deeply practicing tribalism in this administration, but he wants to lecture us on the issue of tribalism. A big no to President William Ruto. I don't know your views, but let us meet in the comment section to continue with this discussion. By the way, we no longer have a government. We have a group of loyalists to the president. That is what we are having in this country. So are we heading to the right direction?